What's going on, everybody? We're 10 seconds away from the start of the show. Hey, everybody, what's going on? BlackBerry Brad here. Thank you guys for tuning into the Bear Report podcast. This is the Bear Report podcast, episode 78 for Thursday, March 22nd, 2018. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, you guys are all having a good week this week, or next week's the last week of March. So we're halfway through, or almost through March, and we're should be heading into warm weather, springtime time frame. If you guys have been paying attention to any of my social networks, my BBM channel, or anything like that, you notice that I am just on the end of it ended this morning at like 2 a.m. So we just went through our fourth nor'easter here on the East Coast. I'm in Pennsylvania, so we got about 8 or 10 inches outside of my house, and some folks around in the area got about 12 to 18 inches. So it's been our fourth nor'easter. What's today's like the third official day of spring here in the U.S. But it's definitely still looking like winter outside. Winter's not going away without a fight. So hopefully we'll see some sunny weather and some warm temperatures in the next few weeks coming into April and such. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Everybody knows that I'm a warm weather type of person. Don't know why I'm in a cold weather state, but that's, who knows. But thank you guys for tuning in for this week's episode. We have a lot to talk about. I want to thank everybody for subscribing to the podcast. If you have not subscribed to the Bear Report podcast or the BerryReporter.com YouTube channel, go and hit the subscription link below. If you are looking forward to future videos and such, you'll get notified every time we go live or anytime we put up a new video. That'll be your way of knowing when we post things. Also, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. That definitely helps out the channel as well. If you're not watching us live on the YouTube channel, you probably are listening to us via your favorite audio application, your podcast application. Thank you guys for tuning in that way. If you weren't here last week or didn't hear the last week's episode, go listen to it. It was a somewhat good episode. I'll get to that in a minute. But go if you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app, you probably are now either listening to us on Pocket Casts, Anchor, or iTunes. I'm working with the Anchor team to get Google Play back up and running. They're having issues on their end, so once they get their stuff fixed, we'll figure it out. I tried doing it on my own, trying to submit our RSS feed to Google Play, and they weren't liking it for some reason. So I'll have to kind of look further into it. I know Google Play is a big thing, especially with BlackBerry devices now on Android. So once that's live and running, I'll let you guys definitely know. But if you guys listening to us on those podcasting apps that we're on, thank you very much. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. Leave reviews or anything like that. Whatever you can do to help out the show, it'd be greatly appreciated. I do apologize about last week's audio. If anybody was watching live or watched the YouTube video, kind of remember that my audio went out in the very beginning, and I didn't figure out why until post production. And it pretty much was because when I moved my microphone, the plug here, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but this plug right here popped out and my microphone went dead. That's what caused the audio to drop and the pause or mute on my end. I've unmuted myself, but if you listen to the rest of the podcast, the audio wasn't as clear and crisp as it normally is. That's because the microphone was no longer plugged in. And I don't actually know what mic it was picking up. It was either picking up just the web camera's microphone, or was picking up the standard microphone that's built into my iMac here. But hey, we have issues here and there, but good thing is the show went on and we're back and we're all plugged in and such. So hopefully we won't make that mistake this week. But we have some pretty cool things to go over. Let's see. On this week's episode, sorry, just make sure I had the right topic list up in front of me. If you guys have any questions, if you guys are watching live via the YouTube feed right now, go ahead and pop into the chat and say hi. Let us know that you're watching. Ask us any questions. Oh, also, if you ever want to ask questions but you can't make it to the live episode, we do have a way of submitting questions or comments or anything like that via the Anchor app. So in the description below, there's a link for our feed on Anchor. That's an app on iOS and Android. You can actually leave an audio message in the Anchor application right from your phone. It's actually pretty simple to do. You can actually just pick up your phone. Once you have it active, you just pick it up like that and just leave a message. What we'll do is we'll incorporate that message into the show. We'll probably just play it through the speaker here on my end, and then we'll answer the questions. I will definitely preview the questions before the show goes on air, so make sure that they're appropriate for the audience and such. But yeah, feel free to do that as well. Let's get on to this week's news. We have some pretty cool things that have come through. So first things first, just want to go over the new BlackBerry Hub updates that kind of rolled out last night. If you are a official user of BlackBerry Hub, or if you're a beta user, you got an update. Both sides of the spectrum kind of got it, which is kind of interesting. We've seen BlackBerry push out a bunch of updates for the Hub or the Hub services for that matter, a little at a time, but we've never really seen them push them out on the same day. That's good to hear. Good to see that they're pushing out these updates pretty quickly, and you'll see, in a minute reason why. But it's pretty cool to see. Kind of strange to see, but it's cool to see as well. So if you're an official user of the BlackBerry Hub, if you're not part of the beta program, the couple of things you've got included, you now have support integration for Discord, Remind, Reddit, Microsoft Teams, and Yahoo Messenger, which I believe some of those are actually there. I believe Discord or Reddit were already there, but I don't think Yahoo Messenger or Microsoft Teams was there. You also now have the ability to set font type and size for outgoing emails, improve compatibility with SMS Organizer and My SMS, which is a text messaging application on Android. You can now open counter invitations even if you don't use the BlackBerry counter, which is very cool. Especially, I know there's some people that just use the Google Calendar application instead of using the BlackBerry counter application, which is fine. Both work pretty well. Or if you use another, Yahoo or Outlook counter or anything like that, if you get an invite now, you don't have to worry about it not opening up beforehand. It wasn't opening up if you weren't using the BlackBerry calendar. Pretty cool. And you also have a better look and visual style with the other in relation to the other BlackBerry apps as well that are offered with BlackBerry Hub suites. If you're on the beta side of everything, though, you now have a fixed truncation of email replies and long threads, which is, if you remember back to the BlackBerry OS days, that's something that was a big problem then, which was fixed on there, but it's now been fixed again in the BlackBerry Hub. If we're looking technically, that should have been an issue that was fixed a long time ago, but hey, it's glad to see that it's been fixed now. And also, they put out a fix for email addresses not getting populated when you're composing an email for like suggested contacts and such. So pretty cool little update. I'm on the beta, so I'm seeing the beta stuff, and definitely the truncation of email replies, that was kind of a big deal. It's nice to see them that kind of get it. It's also running a little bit smoother too, if you ask me. But yeah, cool news there. Let's see. BlackBerry Mobile has also this week introduced the BlackBerry Smartphone Fan League. I forget when they actually announced this. This was yesterday or 2 days ago. It was Tuesday before the snowstorm. So BlackBerry Mobile quickly reintroduced the BlackBerry Smartphone Fan League. If you've been over anywhere on any social network, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, you kind of heard Twitter feeds or social networking feeds were kind of blowing up with this BlackBerry Smartphone Fan League tweets or messages. BlackBerry Mobile has pretty much released a fan league, which is a new way to create and engage with BlackBerry smartphone fans to help improve awareness of the Android powered BlackBerry devices. So it's just pretty much a fan group that you can create, share messages, share social posts and such like that, and I get points for doing so. There's weekly and monthly prizes that will include a BlackBerry Mobile smartphone, which is, pretty cool. If you haven't signed up yet, hit the link in the description below. You can definitely sign up that way. It's a pretty cool thing. I really like it. There's some pretty cool prizes in there. Some pretty cool just swag. You don't win a phone itself. There's some pretty cool swag inside the packages. So that you could possibly win. So go check it out. There's like a leaderboard. I forget where I'm on the leaderboard right now, but you can definitely try to work your way up into the top 10 of the ranks and such. A very cool thing. Big props to BlackBerry Mobile, introducing you to us and rolling this out. And if, don't just, start bombarding your BlackBerry friends with these links. Go ahead and bombard your non-BlackBerry friends as well. Make them aware that there's BlackBerry is still a thing. Make them aware that BlackBerry devices are still around and they're still great. Tell them all about the Key One. Tell them all about the BlackBerry Motion. Tell them, that BlackBerry is still here and BlackBerry has some pretty cool looking devices, pretty cool devices for that matter. A lot better than some of those Apple, Samsung phones out there. Just saying. But if you're a gamer, if you're a mobile gamer, this is actually pretty cool news. It's not just pure BlackBerry news, but it's kind of a cool news for BlackBerry fans who are gamers on the go or their Android devices. So if you're a gamer, you know of a name called PlayerUnknown's BattleGround, or better known as PUBG in the gaming world. I know I've played it on the Xbox. If you don't know, I'm a huge gamer myself. Actually, pretty cool little news about my gaming history, or not history, but so I play, if you can see behind me, I have a ton of Xbox games sitting there. You can kind of see my Xbox right there, right behind Seth Rollins over there. And you actually see my controller too. It's right there. But yeah, I'm a big gamer. If you guys don't know, I play everything: Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. I have Wii U. I have all my consoles over there. It's kind of a mess over there, and such. But I have pretty much every gaming consoles out there. I have DSs, PSPs, and such like that. But so Xbox, for the longest years, I had my gamer tag or my username on Xbox was just my first initial last name with the number 6 at the end of it. I created it when I was like in high school, freshman in high school, or no, it was before that. I forget when it was. Somewhere in between my freshman year of high school, maybe a little bit before that. But I created that back then. I put a number 6 at the end of it, which before my normal sign in and stuff like that was always that format. But the 6 was I forget what that was for, maybe an ex-girlfriend or something like that. But and so this weekend I've been meaning to do this, but I've just never pulled the trigger on doing so. I switched my BlackBerry or my gamer tag, so now it matches everything else on my social networks, which is just BlackBerry Brad. So if you play Xbox, and if you're looking for someone to play with, or just want to come hang out with me on Xbox while I'm just relaxing, I always try to make a point at least one per day to get online or play something, just kind of relax. That's what I use gaming for, is just way to relax, get away from stress, get away from I think last night was one of those. I was just tired, and I've been working from home for the past 2 days, and I hate working from home. Some of you probably like, what? You're crazy? Working from home? I would love to work from home, but working from home is not as luxurious as it seems. At my office, I have 2 monitors and a laptop to use. When I come home, when I'm working from home, I only have 1 monitor, which is a killer in my job. And I have all this distraction in this house and such like that. So it's not as fun about working from home as you think. But so yeah, last night, de-stressing, just hop on Xbox and start playing and stuff. So, but anyways, back to PUBG. PUBG is a pretty cool game, but it is a battle royale type game that puts 100 players against each other. So it's pretty much it's a death match of 100 players, and they can fight to the end, right? So PUBG has been forever. It first started on PC, and then it went to Xbox. It got an exclusive deal with Microsoft for a little bit. Supposedly it's going to head to PlayStation, but that's for a different podcast. But now it's actually on mobile. Now you can actually play it on your phone. via Android or iOS. So which is how this ties into BlackBerry is now that we have BlackBerry Android devices that can run these apps, we can now play these games. So I loaded up on my BlackBerry Motion itself. I didn't load up on the Key One, just didn't seem right for the Key One, especially with the screen being the size. And as much as I am a big, console gamer, and I play PC games a little bit too, I'm not really a big mobile gamer. Like I'll play mobile games here and there. I'll probably, I for a little bit of time I was playing Clash of Clans or whatever that game's called, or I'll play like The Simpsons Tap Out, or what other. Every once in a while I would load up like a Game Boy emulator on my phone and play at that as well. But I use my phone more for communication and business stuff than anything. So I'm not really a huge gamer on my phone. So, but I did load it up on the Motion and just to see how it ran on the Motion itself. And I also loaded up like my Galaxy S7. It's on my Priv as well, but I haven't played it yet on the Priv. I don't think it's going to run very well on the Priv, but we'll find out. I'll definitely play it and let you guys know. But it actually plays very well on the Motion. And the Motion handles PUBG pretty well. The PUBG is pretty much being handled well by a lot of devices for that matter. But for anybody who's worried that their Motion is not capable of gaming, you can do so. It's a device you can game on. It has the ability to now. PUBG does recognize when you have kind of not the highest end of device, so it takes a scan of your hardware and figures out the best game settings for you. So it does kind of dumb down the game, not dumb down again, but graphically reduces the game for your device. If you think about apps like Netflix, does the same thing too. Netflix will actually scan what kind of internet connection you have. It'll do a quick ping test. Can't speak. Ping test in the background and figure out what your internet connection is like. So it knows how high of a video quality it can stream to you. But anyways, PUBG runs very well on the BlackBerry Motion. I played a couple rounds the other night, and like I said, very well. Worked pretty good. Didn't have any freeze up, didn't have any slowdowns or anything like that. I was on Wi-Fi, wasn't on internet or cellular data or anything like that. So works well. Go check it out. It's free to play. Definitely, it's free to play. You can sign up. You don't have to give up any credit card information or anything like that. Go check it out in the Google Play Store. If you hit the article link, there is a download or a link to download it from the Play Store. And how many of you guys know that you actually can download apps from the Google Play Store on your browser? Like if you're at a computer, I do this a lot. If I hear of an app or something that somebody's telling me about, I'll quickly look it up on my computer. Especially if I'm at a computer, I'll look it up on my computer. Go to google.com/play. That'll bring up the Google Play Store, and that will allow you to. You can also download movies, music, and apps right to your phone from the desktop, and it's a pretty cool thing. Like I said, I do a lot as well. So go check it out. Just a little tip there for anybody who's now made its way over to Android. Quick sip of water. Again, want to thank everybody for tuning in. I see some more viewers are coming in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to hit the little chat. I'm pointing this way because it's over here on my end, but it's probably not that way on your end. But let's get to it. So BlackBerry also announced this week a partnership with Microsoft. We were just talking about the Xbox, so this is a Microsoft-friendly podcast today. So BlackBerry and Microsoft announced a partnership that allows both of them to offer enterprise solutions that will integrate with BlackBerry's enterprise and expertise in mobility and security, and also Microsoft's cloud and productivity products. So it's pretty much what they're calling BlackBerry Enterprise Bridge, not to be confused with BlackBerry Bridge that was used on the BlackBerry Playbook. I really feel like Microsoft's like, oh, let's call this BlackBerry Bridge, and BlackBerry was like, yeah, we kind of had something already named that from way back when, and we don't want to confuse people. But anyways, so BlackBerry Enterprise Bridge will allow seamless use of Microsoft mobile apps from within the BlackBerry Dynamics application itself. Users can pretty much consistently uh, they can open and edit and save Microsoft Office 360 files in PowerPoint, Excel, Word, and on any iOS or Android device. And they can work anytime, any place. And corporate IT departments don't have to worry about information being compromised. So this is a great. This is a really cool partnership. I really, really like it. Um, you know, if you kind of been looking at what Microsoft's been doing in the cloud and with all their productivity, that for a while Microsoft was trying to play it big in the mobile field in the mobile game. They failed. I don't know why. I really liked if I wasn't using a BlackBerry device today, or if I wasn't using, say 2014 BlackBerry had folded up and our BlackBerry devices stopped working, right? I would have gone to a Microsoft device before I would went to another Android device, because I always really loved the way that Microsoft's phones worked and the operating systems. I really love them. I actually have 2 Microsoft devices around here somewhere that I periodically use, and I really love just they're over the feel of the operating system, the smoothness of the operating system as well, and it worked very well. I really liked it, but they didn't do so well in the mobile field, in the mobile world or mobile game against iOS and Android. So now they've kind of ditched the whole hardware side of things, and they're going to software. But it's not just enterprise software; it's also consumer side software. But focusing more on the enterprise, if you look what Microsoft's been doing with their cloud-based services, like their Microsoft Office 365, it's actually been pretty interesting. And for them to tie in everything and partner up with BlackBerry makes perfect sense for both companies. You have the added ability or added security of BlackBerry now with Microsoft's cloud products. This is a win-win situation for both these companies. This is a win-win situation for anybody who uses Microsoft products for enterprise now, that will have the ability to use this or take advantage of BlackBerry stuff in BlackBerry Dynamics, which, it really, this partnership really helps strengthen each other's strength even further. And I really can't wait to see, what comes out of this. Stock prices, stock folks loved it, investors and such loved it. I don't know what they're trading at today, but if you've been paying attention to their stock prices lately, it's definitely went up that when that announcement came out. So BlackBerry also kind of giving us some of the new things that they've been doing. They're going to be doing soon to further their leadership and security of things. So coming next month, BlackBerry is going to start rolling out some new features and some new IT management endpoints and notification solutions for users. So some of these cool new productivity features are they're going to start rolling out a way for users to securely use Microsoft mobile apps with BlackBerry Enterprise Bridge, like we just talked about. This is a really cool feature. I really like this feature. BlackBerry is also introducing a what is called "Do Not Disturb" feature inside of BlackBerry Work. So this will allow this allows IT managers to set a out of office time frame or a outside of normal business hours that will allow workers or end users to not receive any type of notifications for email or calendar notifications. It will block their email and calendar notifications outside of normal business hours. This is great. This allows end users to kind of have that split work life, personal life, right? Family life, right? I know there's so many people that are workaholics, which it's great for you, right? Great for you to be a workaholic, but you also need to spend time with your family and friends and kids and take care of yourself, right? There's so many people out there that just kill themselves working over and over and over again. And this is a really cool feature that the IT manager can enforce. Now, this can be something that can be overridden. It's not something that's on and it can never be turned off. They can definitely individual users can turn this off on their end, but it'd be really interesting to see how many IT managers kind of enforce this at first and see how many of the users kind of turn it off or keep it on. I think you should keep it on. Definitely a great feature to have, especially if you're looking just to get some more me time or more personal time and such. BlackBerry is also introducing a way for you to keep your personal number private. So a lot of these companies that let their users use BYOD device, not BYB. That's bring your own beer. This is bring your own device. So a little bit different. So for any users who bring their own device to work, kind of the hassle with this is giving out their personal private phone number for work use. Some people like to do it. Some people don't like to do it. So now BlackBerry is introducing a way for employees to use their desk number instead of their personal number with their smartphone itself. So this is pretty much a desktop to mobile convergence system itself that they could put on their their own device instead of giving out to company XYZ their personal phone number. They now can give out their desk number, and they can answer their desk number or desk phone calls right from their phone without having to worry about giving out personal and private numbers. You never know who's going to get. You give your phone number out to the reception at company X, Y, and Z. They keep it written down on some kind of piece of paper or anything that gets in the wrong hands. Someone's got your phone number that you don't want. So pretty cool deal. BlackBerry is also introducing zero touch enrollment process for BlackBerry Android, or not for Android devices that are coming into IT management companies itself. It's pretty much a zero touch enrollment process. So that means that throughout the entire setup, there's a pretty smooth and easy to use setup process to get their phones enrolled into the company's IT management software, which is great. So, and they also have some other cool little things, a check-in, check-out process for iOS devices for users that use it for clocking into a company or anything like that. So pretty cool little things. Those are some of the ways that BlackBerry is furthering its leadership inside the enterprise of things world. And it's, we know how big of a player they are and how big of a player they're going to continue to be. And with features like these, it's definitely really cool to see. I would be really excited to see these as an IT manager come about. Speaking of BlackBerry and think of continuing things, BlackBerry CEO John Chen has received a 5-year extension. This actually kind of happened on Thursday last week, but we didn't get it into the show. So BlackBerry CEO John Chen, he took over the company back in 2014, 13. I forget the actual year. But when he did take over the company, it was not in the greatest of shape, as we all know, right? So BlackBerry at that time was roughly trading at about $3 per share. And they were bleeding cash left and right. And the company was struggling. And there was a lot of doubt that it was going to stay alive. But if it did stay alive, there was going to be a lot of work. And there was going to be a lot of layoffs, a lot of tough decisions on, what to do with things like the BlackBerry smartphone division, right? What do we do with the smartphones? We're losing money on smartphones and such. And somebody had to kind of figure out what to do. So here comes John Chen, who takes over the reins of this company. That's in a very bad shape. It's everything's fallen down. Just think of it as like an abandoned house, right? This house is completely destroyed. There's barely any walls left standing. And John Chen just starts rebuilding it from scratch, pretty much. Looking at what this company really stood for, what this company really did, security software and everything like that, and just building from around that. And if you look at today, BlackBerry is currently trading roughly about $13 per share. And they have a ton of growing products and divisions like BlackBerry Radar, BlackBerry, and all these licenses that deal with BlackBerry Mobile and Optimus and BB Mariputai. and it's just a different company, right? It's a company that's actually being talked about positively in the news, right? If you remember back when John Chen took over, every media outlet wanted this company dead. It just claimed it dead. Rest in peace, RIM, right? Or BlackBerry, right? That's what. Anytime you turned on the TV or any type of business newscast or anything like that, BlackBerry is dead. BlackBerry is dead, or rest in peace, BlackBerry, right? Now BlackBerry is being talked about how this company is doing all these great things in the security world. You got BlackBerry Radar. You have BlackBerry making this partnership with Microsoft again, and it's if there's somebody who does a 5-year contract extension, or it's John Chen, right? This company would not be here, I don't think, if it wasn't for John Chen. And there was an interview. If you click on the link in the description below, you can see a video that interview that he did, and the interviewer asks him about, you're going to be getting a lot of money throughout this thing. Are you doing this for the money? And John Chen stated that he's been living in the same house for like 25 years now. So well before he ever took over BlackBerry. And that's something just, not that I thought he was in it for the money. That's definitely not what I thought. But just to hear them say that kind of puts something inside of you that says, he wants this company to survive. He wants this company to do well and go back to its, its roots, and go back to its, great company that it used to be. And it's just reassuring that he definitely wants that. That's the word I was looking for earlier. But yeah, a 5-year contract extension. I forget the money terms and such, but that's not important. And it's just really great to see that John Chen's getting this. The board of directors definitely think he's worth a 5-year contract extension, and I think he's worth a 5-year contract extension. They didn't ask me. I am a stockholder, but I would say yes, go for it, but they didn't ask me. But I definitely agree with their decision. So yeah. And so the last bit of news is the kind of leaked photos of a device that's launching apparently with Optimus over in India. It's the BlackBerry Ghost Pro. Now, we heard of the BlackBerry Ghost. We saw those photos. And now we're seeing photos of the BlackBerry Ghost Pro, according to EV Leaks over on Twitter. And this is an interesting concept. If you look at the photos, it's a gorgeous looking phone. For those who've been dying for the BlackBerry logo to come back to the front of the screen, you're getting your wish again. And here's the interesting part. This is the first time this has ever happened in the BlackBerry phone world, right? We've never had a BlackBerry device launch and there also be a pro model to it. Now we've seen this with the Samsung devices for I forget, S6 days, right? They started releasing S6, X6 Plus. Now we're at the S9, S9 Plus. Last year they did the S8, S8 Plus. There's also the Note series too, but that's a different thing. The iPhone, right? There is now the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and now there's the iPhone 10. But we've never had a BlackBerry 9900 and the 9900 Pro. We never had the BlackBerry Motion and the BlackBerry Motion Pro, which would kind of be cool. Key One Pro, kind of cool. But we've never had anything like that. But now it's supposedly Optimus over in India is looking to do that. We don't know any specs on this device. We're just seeing photos of it right now, which is very kind of exciting. This is like the old days of BlackBerry, right? If you remember back to like the even like the 8800 days or 8330 days. If you remember back to those days, when phones were kind of get rumored and leaked and such of that, it all started with just a photo, right? Not with a whisper. It started with a photo. And, you would see a site like BerryReporter or Crackberry, here's a photo of a rumored device. Boom. We saw those like the Z30 too and other devices, of course. But it's exciting. It kind of gets you, oh, that's a good looking device. I wonder what it's going to be able to do. I wonder what's kind of a hardware it's going to have underneath. Uh, and it's pretty exciting to see things like this. And I love the name. The code name Ghost is a great device code name. I've been really loving the code names, you know, Mercury, Krypton, and now we have Ghost, right, with Optimus. I forget what the Aurora was nicknamed. I don't even remember if it had a nickname. I'm sure it had a code name somewhere, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. But really love the Ghost name. It's mysterious, right? It's something that you think of a ghost. It's mysterious. You don't know much about it. We don't know much about this device. Again, it's an Optimus India device, and be interesting to see what it's going to be able to do. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of specs it has on it. It's going to be interesting to see if it just stays in India, right? I don't know if I'd be surprised if it just stays in India, if it doesn't make its way over here. If you look at the Aurora over in BerryReporter in Indonesia, that device is only available over there. Now you can buy it on like eBay and such right now. Most of the network bands won't work here in the US. I think some of them will work in Canada, but US it won't work. But it never made its way over here. And that's a good looking device too. The Aurora, if you're not following the BerryReporter Instagram account, you're doing yourself a dishonor, because I couldn't think of the word, one right there. But definitely go check them out on Instagram. Just look BerryReporter and you'll find their Instagram page. Or if you want to go follow me, I share and favorite their stuff all the time. But yeah, that's a good looking device. I was actually I forget who I was talking to that had that device. Somebody in one of the BBM groups I'm in, but they say it's a great device that they have. But anyways, be interesting to see if the Ghost stays in India as well, or if it kind of makes its way over here. Optimus launched the Key 1 with the help of TCL. I wonder if the Ghost will make its way over here, kind of in the reverse effect there. I hope it does. I would love to get my hands on this device. The Pro model or the of course I definitely want the Pro model, because it's probably going to be the better spec device if it's any way in the same format as other manufacturers have done with this. So be interesting to see what happens with the BlackBerry Ghost and the Ghost Pro. Again, we don't really have any we don't really have any information. Sorry, looking at a tweet that came over my phone. We don't really have any information on it, but as soon as we do, we'll get some kind of, news out to you guys, and we'll try to get some confirmation on when this device is coming out. We should be seeing devices come, some rumored devices come through here in a little bit. BlackBerry Mobile said they're going to be releasing 2 devices this year. We're almost into June, or we're almost into April now, of course, but June should be kind of the time frame we see the Key 1 too, if that accessory posting was right. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, go check it out, the website. But yeah, be interesting to see what happens and what things we kind of discover next. So that's it for this week's show. Unless anybody in the chat has any questions, kind of leave it open for a couple seconds here. But as I kind of close it out, but thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you have not done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Subscribe to the BerryReporter.com YouTube channel. Be notified anytime we put up new videos, anytime we go live with the Bear Report podcast. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcasting app, hopefully you're subscribed there. If not, hit subscribe. If you don't use any other podcasting app, just subscribe there as well too. That helps numbers. Hit like, hit share, hit comment, review. Whatever you can do to kind of help out the show, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, go check us out on other social networks. We're all over Instagram, Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Snapchat. Don't really use the Snapchat too much, but we're there. If you go look Bear Reporter on everything. If you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram and Twitter as well at BlackBerry Brad. If you're playing on Xbox, I'm at BlackBerry Brad as well now too. But thank you guys again for tuning in to this week's episode of the Bear Report podcast. Until next week, we'll see you on the web. Brad out.